All right, it's Monday morning. It's early Monday morning. It's actually cold in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Who wants to talk about sports cards? Who wants to go look at some incredible basketball card prices from last night, November 9th, on the Fanatics weekly auction number 199? I do. Hands raised. Both hands raised. We're going to talk about sports cards. A prospect, although, man, I think he's made that transition. We've seen a couple guys. Doncic was a prospect. Now he's not. He's solidified. He's historic. SGA was a prospect. Now he's not. He's solidified. He's historic. We're looking at another prospect / he's solidified. He's an all-NBA guy, and he is going to be busting his ass for maybe first-team all-NBA. He won the auction last night over a LeBron numbers pieces, over a Steph Curry eminence card, over a Jordan Gem Mint rookie card, over tons of other LeBrons and Kobe's and Jordan 90s grails. This prospect / budding superstar won the auction last night. Who is it? Watch the video to find out. It's going to be the last card we talk about on this video. A lot of crazy stuff last night. If you're a Jordan collector, this is a turning point. You're going to definitely, if you're a 90s Jordan collector, you're going to definitely want to watch this video. What I've been telling people and warning people for about 60 days was going to happen is starting to happen, and that's hard for somebody like me who loves Jordan and loves Jordan cards. I want them to go up and to the right forever. It's not going to happen. We knew it wasn't going to happen. Why do we know that? Because we've been there. And those who don't understand or learn history are doomed to repeat it. Enjoy this video. It tells a pretty important story in the sports card hobby, specifically as it pertains to Jordan, Kobe, and Curry cards, which have been running very, very hot. Let's see what last night's auction can reveal and see if it can give us any ideas of what's to come in the very near future. Enjoy. If you've got a bunch of unwanted inventory that you've been sitting on for days, weeks, months, years, ship it to Fanatics Marketplace and let them do all the work. Just make sure when you ship it, you use the promotional code Cajun, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. Hey guys, Bryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. As we said in our introduction, we're going to look at last night's sales from Fanatics weekly auction number 199. Guys, if you want to support the channel, let me get this out of the way now. Fanatics pays me to help steer people to their site to buy and sell sports cards. You can support the Cajun Cardboard channel without spending any money at all. You don't have to buy anything. You can. I got all kinds of cool stuff you can buy, but you don't have to spend any of your money. You can support the channel by buying or selling on the Fanatics Collect website. If you're selling and you're submitting cards to sell and you want to ring this freaking cowbell, just use the promo code Cajun, all capital letters, C-A-J-U-N. When you create your submission, you could send 1,000 cards at once and hit the Cajun promo code once, and it'll apply the promo code to all of your cards. If you're buying on the Fanatics Collect website, whether it's Buy Now, Premier, Fanatics Weekly, you can support the Cajun Cardboard channel by going into this YouTube description. You copy and paste the Cajun Cardboard Fanatics affiliate link into your web browser. Hit the little star button if you're old like me. Sometimes you need to be explained. Hit the gold little star button. It'll save it in your favorites. When you go bid on cards on your desktop, go use the Cajun affiliate link that you have saved in there under Fanatics, and a little fraction of what you purchase will come back to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel and the brand and the website and all the great stuff that I've got going on. Okay, I can't tell you, are you guys excited to talk about sports cards? Like, I'm asking that kind of as a general question. Real quick story. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee this weekend. My youngest son, Jordan, yes, his name is Jordan. He's 11 years old. Yes, his name is Jordan. Haha, make all the jokes in the comments. It's pretty predictable that at least one of my children will be named that, right? So we're in Memphis, Tennessee for a travel soccer tournament up in Germantown, which is a beautiful suburb of Memphis. And sitting at the table, you know, it's a team dinner or whatever, and some other parents, some soccer dads and moms are sitting at the table. And somehow, you know, they asked me, what do I do for a living? And I was like, well, I really, honestly, I got 2 full-time jobs. I sell sports cards, I buy sports cards, I talk about sports cards on YouTube, I create content, you know, on Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff. And then I'm also a real estate attorney. And they're like, really? Why do you do the sports card stuff? Is there any money in that? Yes. People in 2025, you would be shocked, go about their lives, run their lives, have kids, you know, they're married, they go to their work, they come home, they eat dinner, they go to the movies. They still, some people don't understand that sports cards are even out there. They don't even know they exist. And they looked at me with this skeptic look like, you're an old dude. What are you doing messing around with sports cards? What's your most valuable card? And I'm like, well, look, I can show you. And the beautiful thing about Fanatics is I just pulled up my vault, handed them my phone, and I'm like, just scrolling through saying, look, these are the cards. I'm trying to explain to them that the Jordan rookie cards are not the most important Jordan cards, and they were confused. And I was like, here's some other rare stuff like that. And then, of course, the question came up, which you knew it was going to come up. What's your most valuable card? So I scrolled over to the PMG Red, and I showed them the picture, and they're like, oh, yeah, that card looks different. How much is that card worth? And I was like, I don't know, maybe $500, something like that. And they're like, $500? And I was like, not exactly. And so it was just funny to sit there at the table and kind of reminisce and kind of talk to these folks who still had no idea. And let me tell you, the whole table was captivated. I mean, captivated. And question after question, we talked about grading, we talked about this and that. Long story short, it's still fun to tell people that you can invest and just collect in sports cards, and it brings a smile to their face. It brings a smile to my face. I never get tired of kind of explaining the hobby to people. And those of you, and some of you guys have been in this a lot longer than me, do me a favor. When people ask you dumb questions, what you would consider a dumb question, or a novice question, or a caveman question, be open, be jovial, be positive, talk them through it, because you're a representative of the sports card hobby. And nobody likes grumpy old men in the sports card hobby who think they're too good to talk about what they do with people who don't do what they do and maybe aren't as sophisticated as it comes to sports cards. So be very positive, be very open, and share the stuff that we love to do with the world. Anyway, long story short, long story long. Here we go. 48 cards, Fanatics Weekly Auction number 199. If this is your first time watching the Cajun Cardboard channel, I normally don't go on a diatribe like that at the beginning. I just get down to business. Anyway, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment. I'm asking for comments. That's what I do these videos for. So if I miss something, which I'm going to miss something, if I say something wrong, I'm going to say something wrong. You guys, by the way, do I need more pre-workout? Well, there, it's been done. If I say something wrong, miss something, you guys want to interject something, that's what the comment section is for. This is a back and forth between me and the Cajun Collective, which is all of the 30,000 people that subscribe to this channel. I need your input to help me get everything right. 2004 Exquisite Collection Jersey Parallel. Obviously, it's from an All-Star game. Patch serial number to 25, BGS 9, $9,300. Cade Cunningham, keep that name in mind. Spoiler alert, he'll be at or near the top of this auction, but this 2024 Flawless Star Swatch Cade patch autograph in the uncirculated slab thingy goes $9,300. And then we've got to start with story time. Guys, you got to see this, and you tell me what I'm missing here. Yes, this is not a perfectly centered 1996 finest refractor with coating. It's in a relatively new PSA slab. It looks off-center left to right to me, but again, it doesn't look that green. Do you think it looks a little bit green? Yeah, these refractors don't refract like most other Jordan refractors. These do have a tendency to look a little bit dull, especially when people leave the coating on. Shame on you. But this is with coating, PSA 10, 51 bids, so it's a big card. Does $9,600. Now, here's the interesting thing about this card. This card sold, and this is where you got to be careful. There's been a lot of talk about shill bidding, a lot of talk about shenanigans, and everybody's pointing the finger at, the fat guy that gives advice, and everybody's pointing the finger at the syndicate, and everybody's pointing the finger at Fanatics or at Golden or at Probstein, or everybody's got a name, and these people, and then you got your notorious Asian eBay accounts, right, that are obviously shill bidding. But then you've got a situation like this, and I don't ever hear heritage brought up, and I'm not saying this was shill bid, and I'm never going to be the one that points the finger at the auction house for a card selling for way too much money, right? If somebody wants to shill bid and get nefarious and cheat and lie and steal and be fraudulent, they can. There's ways to do it, right? If through manipulation. But this is interesting because this is a card that is a pop, where are we at? Pop 24. There's 24 of these graded, okay? And so we're going to look at with coating and without coating. We got a without coating selling here in June of this year. That's this year. That's 4 months ago. $6,000. Then we've got this otherworldly, out of nowhere, bananas, $16,470 sale on Heritage. And then we've got a best offer, no coating, which actually looks way better, right? I'm always right on that. Coating, no coating always looks better, for $7,000, about 40%. And then we've got another one for $6,406 We've got another one for $6,900. Remember, these are all no coating, so you're thinking, damn, the coating must really add some value. You know, it's pop 16 without the coating. We looked at the with the coating, and the with the coating pop was, what did we say? 24, so it's actually a higher gem number with the coating. And then this one sells last night for $9,600. Guys, this thing dropped down from $16,470 in August, and it's a different cert number, to $9,600. Now, here's the one thing. I'm spending a lot of time on this card because I think it's important. This is the education part, right? My job is to educate and to entertain, not from a teacher-student, but from a let's learn together. We're all pupils in this thing. This is the $16,470, okay? It's got coating. Look at Jordan's arms and legs. He is a black man. He is an African-American. This is the one that sold last night on Fanatics. He is a little alien and a little black man mixed. He is definitely not the same. These two cards are not the same. I don't know how much that ultimately affected the price dropping by $7,000, but these don't look the same. That's a very clear copy, long story short. All right, so big drop. The first Jordan card we look at, huge drop. And again, the difference in quality from $16,000 to $9,000. Okay, so keep that in mind. Moving along, let's look at the Beam Team members only. You're getting into some pretty rare stuff. One of Jordan's most iconic inserts. I listed it as one of Jordan's best early 92, 93 inserts in the top 5 for sure. Foundational piece. Members only makes it super rare. 68 is the pop. Not super rare. Super low pop, I should say, in PSA 10. 1739 have been graded. Remember, these were issued in sets, not pack pulled. 4.38% gem rate. 68 PSA 10s. Sold last night. $9,600. Guys, look at this chart. What have I been saying for 60 to 90 days? I love Jordan cards as much as anybody. Be careful. There's a reason I decided to sell 1,000 of my Jordan cards to consolidate into higher end Jordan stuff. That's why I moved my money out of PSA 10 premium cards into the higher end stuff. Look at this graph. This graph is showing you something. If someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time. I think Maya Angelou said that. I don't even know who Maya Angelou is. I think she was a poet, but I do remember that quote. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. This is showing you what is happening in the Jordan market. Up, 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 up. The card was up just a staggering percentage. It was a $5,000 card. It got to almost $15,000. That's 3x. And then the last two sales, bang, right to the left testicle. Boom, double rabbit punch to both testicles. $9,600. This is a Beam Team PSA 10. There's no excuses. It's a good looking card. It looks great. It's centered. Everything about it. It's a PSA 10. Just let's keep an eye on it. All right, what about the electrifying? This is not nearly as rare as the Beam Team members only PSA 10. Let's see what the electrifying has done. 2 of these sold last night, inexplicably for $900 apart. So on Fanatics, one sold for $9,600, one sold for $10,500. You smush them together, you get an average of like $10,050 or something like that. So when you look at Card Ladder, that's what you're going to get. What did I tell you a couple weeks ago? What are these things called where we're up, 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 and then it gets to the top, and then you see a whole bunch of green dots all right by each other. You see this cluster? I called it a Cajun cluster. And no, you can't steal it. It's copyrighted. I've already done it. I've filed the federal copyright. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know anything about that. But that's what the graph looks like. So are we at the top of the Jordan market? Yes, we're still in the top of the Jordan market. If you're selling your cards, are you still doing well from an investor perspective? Hell yeah, you're doing well. I mean, this was a card that 2 years ago was $3,500. You're still selling the thing last night for $10,500. You're still up 300%. Look at this card over the last 2 years. It's up 120%. Here's your Cajun cluster. This is what that cluster looks like when we expand it out. It's still up 120% over the last 2 years, but this is an up, 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 and now we're starting to see a maybe a little bit down. You guys tell me that's what we've got over the last 7, 8 sales. Again, remember, this is an average, so one of them did well, one of them did not so well. Let me know what you think about the electrifying. Remember, that is not that low of a pop card. It is very easy to grade. There's 97 of them. It's a 15% gem rate. There's 1,100 graded. 15% is a pretty high. Anytime you get into double figures for a Jordan 90s insert in the hierarchy, you're getting to, it's not the hardest thing in the world to gem, right? Anyway, that's electrifying PSA 10. LeBron 2009 Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 10 does $9,600. We've got a Kobe Bryant That's Jam. Okay, Kobe Bryant That's Jam. I love this insert set. Is it corny? That's a little bit corny. Is it cornier than Dunkin' Go Nuts? No, I don't think it is. I think it's equally as corny. Fruit, jelly, gelatin, jam, whatever you call it. I don't even know what jam is. I eat jelly. I've always ate jelly as a kid. I don't know, jam is something different, or maybe it's just a matter of semantics. But there's the card. Gorgeous looking card, except for the shoes Kobe's wearing. Pop 32. Shout out to the Magic Man. Check it out, guys. I'm ringing the bell on a Kobe card. It's a Pop 32. That's jam. PSA 10 all-time record. $9,900. $100 shy of the five-figure mark. So big sale right there. LeBron James 07 Topps Chrome White Refractor. We've looked at Jordan. We've looked at Kobe. Let's look at some LeBron. We're definitely going to look at some Curry. But here's the LeBron 2007. What an image, huh? I mean, how big and powerful was this dude? 52 bids should give you some idea of how important this card is. What is the pop? Guys, it's serial number to 99, but it's a pop 12. Damn, that's a big old card right there. This is sort of a throwback type vibe to it as far as the card design. It's a white refractor, which I think is badass. White refractors and black refractors, let's live in peace and harmony and unity. It's like Oreo, right? Black refractors are amazing. White refractors are equally as amazing. This PSA 10 is a pop 12. If we go look at this sale, I think I pulled this sale up. There it is right there. Here is the last sale. This card sold, by the way, on eBay allegedly for $20,000. I'm calling BS. That ain't happening. I don't believe that for 1 second. I'm throwing this out completely. Nobody goes from October to September from $9,100 to $20,000 on a card like this. It just doesn't happen. It's a pop 12, but that doesn't happen. So I'm calling BS on that card right there. Shill City. Let's go look at the card. Here we are down here. This card is sorted what? Chronologically. So we're going 8.7, 8.1, 9.1. Ignore 9.9. I think this is a card that's trending in the right direction. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm crazy. Let me know in the comments if you're the person dumb enough to pay $20,000 for the card when the last comp was $8,000. That's fine too. I just lost a subscriber, but I'll call it like I see it. Immaculate Collection, Premium, Patch Auto, Steph Curry. I can't talk about all the Steph Patch Autos because there's 800 billion of them. This one sold for $9,900. We are going to talk about this Jordan 94 Finest number 331. Again, we've got the coating. Again, you've got to judge the greenness for yourself. So put your reading glasses on. Judge how green it is. There's the card. It sold last night. What's this card doing? It looks to me like it's going down, guys. This is a card where I rang the bell back in May, on May 25th for $13,800, and then it came way down here to $8,000. That's a huge drop. So we thought that was the beginning of the end, and then somebody's like, you know what, never mind. I do like the card. Went all the way back up to $12,000, and now here we are back to $10,000. So again, we're finding our footing. If you kind of zoom out and look at this all time, that's going to look like a Cajun cluster right there, right? This is what I was describing to you guys, where the hobby is just trying to figure it out. Folks that were on the sidelines, sellers. This is mostly sellers looking and trying to time the peak, right? I'm doing the same kind of thing with all of the cards I'm selling, except I'm not really looking too much. I'm just doing it. And letting the chips fall where they may be. But like there's some sellers where this may be one of the biggest cards in their collection, and their time in it, they're seeing a card go up, 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 up. And then when they see the first one come down, they're like, okay, maybe that was an aberration. And then another one comes down like we did see on this one. Look at this. We see another one come down, boom, boom. And then sellers are like, oh crap, I better get out. We missed the peak, but I still want to get out at the top. And then that's when you see these clusters. So that's what we're seeing right there. If you don't think that's the case, then you can tell me. Buyers are still going to have to put the card in their collection. It's pop 146, so it's not the rarest thing in the world. We got a Jordan Electrifying PSA 10. We already talked about it. There was two of them, 9,600, 10,500. One of them's a good sale. One of them is pretty significantly down. LeBron patch auto from 08 Exquisite player box. Never heard of it. It's a pretty small patch window right there. 10,500. How about this black label 1 of 1 Kevin Durant? Who collects Kevin Durant? Voice yourself in the comments. Let us know who you are. Say something in bold if you actually collect Kevin Durant, and don't lie to us. If you actually collect Kevin Durant, in the comments, let us know. Who does he belong to? He doesn't belong to Oklahoma City. He's cupcake there. He doesn't belong in Golden State. Draymond, screamed him out of Golden State, and they threw a tantrum. He doesn't belong certainly to the Nets. Is he going to belong in Houston? I don't know. He's off to a pretty good start. Let me know what you think about Kevin Durant and who he belongs to. I don't even know who he freaking belongs to. Somebody tell me. This BGS 10 is a serial number 25, by the way. These first year Prism Silver autographs or serial number 225. What a great looking card. I mean, that's a good looking card. $10,800 for that card right there. And then this is just, I don't know what else to say. This is a bloodbath, redder than the red on the PMG red surface of this card. This is a PSA 5. Charles Barkley. A PSA 5 is a low grade for PMG, but it's not as low as one might think. If you're familiar with PMG Reds specifically, they don't grade like other stuff. They don't even grade like the PMG Championship or the 98 PMG. They just suck at being graded. 5 is low, but it's not the end of the world. It's right. It's not like a 2. Most of them are probably graded 6, 6.5, 7, something like that. 8s are exceptional, superlative grades. This Barkley PSA 5 does $11,100, and you're wondering, Cajun, that's a lot of money, man, for a PMG. Yeah, it is. But watch this. There's your card. Look at the cert number, 66032421. PSA 5, Charles Barkley. Guys, this card sold for $27,000 in 2022. Did you hear me? $27,600 in 2022. The card sold last night for $11,100. And I've got a kicker. Guess what the kicker is? It's the same card. It's the same card, right? So we hear all these hopes and dreams and all these stories and, all these fairy tales about how easy it is to make money in cards. Some people still get kicked in the nuggets, and this person did. $27,600 down to $11,100. Percentage-wise, that's awful. Dollar aggregate-wise, that's also awful. That is rough. That is a rough sale. I want to say congrats to whoever picked it up, because there's two perspectives to every transaction. Just because it's an awful sale for the seller, man, I love picking up a Charles Barkley PMG Red for $11,000. And it's a little bit more than the last sale. That's crazy to me. That is an incredible pickup. $11,100. I know for a fact, like, I was paying more than than 5 figures when I was collecting that PMG Red set a few years back in 22, 23. I was. You guys watch my channel. You know I use Card Ladder for all of my sales and my pricing, and to get comps for all the cards that I'm buying, selling, and collecting. I've got great news for you. Now, if you subscribe to Card Ladder at cardladder.com and you use the promo code Cajun, C-A-J-U-N, at checkout, you're going to get your first month of subscription free. That's a $20 value, courtesy of yours truly, Cajun Cardboard. Definitely paying more than $10,000 for Robinson, Olajuwon, Jason Kidd, Grant Hill, Pate, all those guys. To pick up a Barkley for $11,100 is a big pickup. Congrats to the buyer on that one. SP Authentic, Star Signatures, Jordan, 9.5, Gem Mint, 10 for the autograph, Wizards jersey, $11,700. Purple, people don't like purple, blue, and red. That's all this is. This Tyrese Maxey card sold for $11,700. It's his National Treasures, purple first off the line, serial number to 8. And it sold for $11,700. We know about the Kobe Jordan refractor card that sold for bananas money. I sold my BGS 10 copy for probably not enough. Then the PSA 10 sold for like 40 something or something really crazy, which I thought was a huge reach. This one's more rare. This is much more rare than the Kobe Jordan refractor PSA 10. And this Jordan, and yes, on the back, I don't know if you guys know this, on the back is Eddie Jones, and I'll show you the proof. It looks like Kobe. That's the problem with opening packs in the 90s, is that you may open it up and you're like, yes, I got a Kobe, and you're like, damn it, it's Eddie Jones. And so 35 bids. Shout out to Kevin Durant, the aforementioned Kevin Durant. This Jones Jordan refractor is a Pop 6. It sold $13,200 last night. So all we've seen is bad so far from Jordan stuff. Not good stuff. But this one breaks an all-time record. Pop 6 is not the same as Pop 60. Pop 6 is not the same as Pop 96. Pop 6 is not the same as Pop 30. Pop 6 is really low. And so if you are trying to collect the Jordan hierarchy, and by the way, those posters are still available. I sold a poster yesterday to a gentleman. I think his name was Stifler, like from American Pie. Maybe it was Schiffler. Not Scheffler, like the golf. It wasn't Scotty Scheffler. It wasn't the PGA golfer. But this one sold for, the poster sold. Anyway, the posters are still available. $13,200 last night. I've got it sorted by price. I got it sorted by Jordan Jones refractor, and that's it. That is a huge sale last night, up from the all-time record was $7,600. Now we're at $13,200. That should give you some idea of just how tough it is to put your hands on the Jordan Jones refractor. I never got a PSA 10 copy in my quest. PSA 9 was the best I could do. High voltage 8.5. This is the high voltage 500. So this is the big boy version, right? Sold for $13,200. What about this Jordan? Are we going to see this one take a step back? Yes, we are. Here we go. We were running. Here we were. This is a card that doesn't sell very much. So since 2023, right? Let's just say 24 and 25. This card sold for 8.8. It sold for 11.7. It sold for 13. It shot up to 15. So now we're at almost 2x. And then the card last night comes back to 13.2. Look at the card. It's only one sale. That's not enough of a sample size to say the next one's going to sell for less or what. But look at the subgrades. Look at the card itself. Look for refractor lines, things like that. I don't have time to look for the refractor line. 13,200 is a little bit of a pullback. I think I know the gentleman who was selling this card. I think I helped promote it on Instagram. Again, there's not 500 of these. I don't care what anybody says. There's not 500 of these. And we're looking at it and we're talking about how the cards come back a little bit. Let me pull it up again. This card over the last all time in 8.5 has only sold 20 times. And if you don't know why I'm saying there's not 500 of these, because only 117 have been graded. And there's just no way that almost 80% of the Jordan high voltage 500s are just out there in packs or not graded. Who doesn't grade this card? Like, if you got the card, you're going to grade it. So I just don't think 500 made it into packs. That's just my personal opinion. I think a lot of people who've been in the hobby share that opinion with me. But this card in an 8.5 is a pop 3. Sorry, that's PSA 8.5. Is a pop 28 with 16 higher BGS copies. Still, historically, a pretty damn good sale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th highest sale in history. So we're still selling at or near the peak of the market. It's just not perfect, right? Nobody's time is going to be perfect. Another rare Jordan, similar pop to the Eddie Jones that we just saw. This is a card that's in the hierarchy tier 2, guys. I know a lot of people may not know this. This is the Border Refractors test, the test issue, the test orange. There's a lot of different ways this one's described. You got to be very careful searching for this card. This one in a 9.5 does $13,200 as well. I've got it pulled up. There it is. That is also an all-time record. Why is it an all-time record? Because this bitch is rare. 300 total graded, 7 BGS 9.5s, 34 PSA 10s. It actually grades okay. This was a really good looking copy that sold last night. No greening that I see. Sometimes you'll get some greening even on these test issue refractors. Centering does look great. It got a 9, but damn, it's got to be top to bottom because left to right looks banging. So big all-time record there for that card. Original OG Panini Excalibur Kaboom LeBron James cartoon horizontal. Let me get some of that energy. I got a Fanatics Eye Appeal sticker. Yeah, I know, it's confusing. There used to be Eye Appeal stickers only on 96 and before. I don't know what's going on. Don't ask me. Ask Fanatics. $13,800 for this LeBron horizontal. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. Did I look it up? Yeah, I did. There's cartoon LeBron. The all-time record was recently by Probstein on eBay, wink, wink, for $14,027. This is the second highest sale, tied for the second highest sale in history with a sale from just 9 days ago on Alt, where it also sold for $13,800. So Kabooms seem to be holding their head. LeBron autograph from 2003 does 13.8. Steph Curry patch auto from 2010. National Treasures serial number to 5 does 14.4. That's a pop 1, people. Kobe Bryant retro PMG red from 2008 serial number 24 out of 50 does 14,400. You always got to look, and this always starts the argument. Is this a jersey number? You can't see his jersey. I don't know what Kobe wore. I know he switched from 8 to 24. I don't know when all that happened. Or 24 to 8 or whatever. I don't know. Y'all Kobe people can fight over it. Jordan Platinum Medallion, 1998. I think this is the second best Platinum Medallion, right? This is the second best. We're about to see the best in just a second, but this is the second best, in my opinion. And it's serial numbered 1 out of 99. So first off the line, whatever, people, first print of its kind, whatever. I mean, people like to throw stuff on that. Fanatics showed some restraint and didn't put any verbiage regarding number 1 out of 99. They just listed it 1 out of 99. I think it is relevant because I do think there's some math dorks out there. You Mu Alpha Theta folks, you know who you're talking to. $15,000 for this Platinum. We've seen some Jordans and some mixed results. Is this one going to show a similar trend? It is, guys. Check it out. This one doesn't sell very often, so I would really caution you on assuming that this card is taking a step backwards. I would really caution you, A, because the last one that sold, I believe, was a private sale for $20,000 coming off a $2,000 all-time high. So I would be really careful assuming that the BGS 8.5 is like on a downward trend. If you eliminate this private sale, which I would love to do, this looks really good. I don't know. One data point is not enough to tell a story, so I would be really careful, but that's it right there. That's your number 85, 1998 Ultra Platinum Medallion, $15,000 sale. Kobe Chronology does 15. Steph Curry, Ho-Hum, Flagship, 9.5, Mixed Gem Rookie Card, serial number 999, does 15,600. We got to check on the Steph Curry market because if we see Jordan starting to take a pause and Kobe starting to take a pause, let's check on Steph Curry. Pop 147. It's down a little bit. Again, one data point, not enough. Let's see if a Cajun cluster forms. Is it 2 data points? I can't see. No, it's just 1. 15,000. The card over the last 2 years still up 86%. That's a lot of percents in my book, right? Moving along, we've got a Jordan Special Forces Members Only PSA 10. We're getting rare again. Not pop 40, not pop 60, not pop 96, pop 7. So just like the other prior very rare Jordan cards that seem to not be in the Cajun cluster, they seem to not be coming back to the field. What about the Stadium Club Special Forces Members Only PSA 10? Here we go. There's your card right there. Tongue is out. Black uniform. Kukoc in the background. Darrell Walker in the background. Maybe Jahidi White in the background. Shit, I don't know. Pippen in the background. What a card. $16,200 is an all-time record. All-time record, bucks the trend. I'm just too rare. I'm going to set an all-time record. Michael Finley, 98, PMG 9. Holy crap, pop 2, none higher. Set collectors are urinating on themselves, fighting over this card, and this is what happens. You get a Michael Finley card that outsells a Pop 7 Michael Jordan hierarchy card. That's just what happens when you get 2 delusional set collectors out there. And I am guaranteeing you the 2 guys that were bidding on this card are probably friends of mine. I'm just going to go out on a limb and guess that these guys are fighting over the best 98 PMG set registry on PSA set registry. It matters. It drives things. People always talk about the PSA 10 premium and they're like, well, it's because people love PSA. Well, it's because PSA gives a money-back guarantee, which, by the way, I'm in the middle of getting money back for a card from PSA. I'll tell the story, the full story, after all this is done. But one thing that people do forget is that PSA matters because some folks, really good friends of mine, lots of people in this hobby, really fight on that PSA set registry. It's their way to compete, right? Maybe they don't want to play pickleball like all the other old folks our age, right? Maybe they want to compete in sports cards. Well, this is a way to slap it on the table and measure that thing, right? For lack of a better term. I could probably not have used that term. 16,800 is not just the highest 98 PMG Michael Finley. It's the highest selling Michael Finley card in history. So you're looking at Michael Finley history. And this is a great chance for me to toot my own horn and beat my chest. I got a chance to play 3-on-3 versus Michael Finley down in Houston way back in the day when he was in his prime in the NBA shortly after he entered the NBA. I got a chance to play basketball against Michael Finley. He's big. He's good. He's 6'8". A lot of people don't realize that. He's like 6'7", 6'8", probably 225. He posed me a few problems. We'll leave it at that, right? 2003 Exquisite Patch, Allen Iverson, serial number 10, does $17,400. I'm not looking. That's got to be an all-time record. That seems like way, way too much money for that card. Kobe Bryant, Ultra Stars Gold, kind of a weak grade. By Ultra Stars Gold standards, these actually grade really, really well. This is the BGS 9 Ultra Stars Gold. Would you love to have that 9.5 gold on gold match? Yeah, of course. $17,400 for this Kobe. I've got him somewhere. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Pop 18. Guess what? Screw you, Cajun. Uh-oh. Was that premature? Yep, that was premature. Take it back. Take it back. Really great over the last 2 years. We're still trying to complete that smile we talk about, that smile graph where we're going from crease to crease and creating a smile. We're not completing it yet, but this is a good sign for Kobe. This card's up 81%. When I say this card grades easy, I meant it. 1 out of 5 with PSA. 1 out of 3 grades BGS gem for BGS. That's really good. That's a really high gem percentage for 90s insert cards, especially tier 1 stuff, right? You can get these cards in good grades. LeBron James 2003 SP Authentic 500, serial number 500 Auto Min Gem does 19.2. Anthony Edwards Patch Auto from Eminence does 19.2. Jordan One of a Kind PSA 7, a little bit lurking in the shadows. This is a fan favorite of the great Chris McGill of Card Ladder. And by the way, now's a great time for me to remind you guys, I'm getting all my pricing data. Every single one of these videos I do, I use Card Ladder. If you guys want to subscribe to Card Ladder, use the promo code Cajun and you're going to get a discount. You're going to get the first month free. Why would you not subscribe to Card Ladder? If it's good enough for me, it's going to be good enough for you guys. It's all I ever use. I don't use any other data pricing tools because the sales history feature can take you throughout history from every single platform, all of the public information. Don't shoot the messenger. Card Ladder takes all the data, aggregates it, and you can do all sorts of great stuff. I haven't mentioned the indexes in Card Ladder are also elite, and it creates for great content. It creates for great thoughtfulness. You could take a step back and make really educated decisions. This is how I knew to move certain Jordan cards and buy other Jordan cards, is the Card Ladder indexes and doing these videos every single Monday. It's going to make you a lot more money than $20 a month. Let's just put it that way. And by the way, did I mention use the promo code Cajun and your first month is free. Go sign up, cardladder.com. All the details are in the YouTube description to this and every single video that I do. 97 Stadium Club, one of a kind, again, is a card favorite of Chris McGill. I think he owns a copy of this card in a little bit higher grade, but this is a PSA 7. This is not a high grade. It's a PSA 7, and guess what? This is the all-time record for a PSA 7, and not by a small margin. This is the all-time record by a hellacious amount. The highest price before this was in June of this year, and it sold for $7. I'm super excited to announce that the Cajun Cardboard brand has added another affiliate partner. It's BCW Supplies. You can find them at bcwsupplies.com for all of your card collecting, protecting, and display needs. Penny sleeves, top loaders, boxes, anything you need. There's page after page of supplies at BCW. Just make sure at checkout you use the promo code Cajun, C-A-J-U-N, to get 10% off of your order. And then it sold for $6,500 in May, and now the card is selling for $20. That seems a bit aggressive for a buyer right there. Let me know in the comments if you want to admit that you went from 7 to 20 on this card. Again, it's a pop 9, which sounds low, but guys, there's 22 higher PSA. There's a lot of 9s and 9.5s. There's 10 more of those. It is a 0% gem rate, right? So we talked about the Ultra Stars Gold being easy to grade. Not this one. This is serial number to 150 and really tough. 19,200 seems steep. That's almost 15x peak 2021 prices. So that's a bit extreme. 1 of 1 Deca Black Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does 19.8. Steph Curry Doncic 2022 Immaculate Dual Auto serial number to 10 BGS 9 does 21.6. How about a number pieces Scottie Pippen, serial number to 33, 10 easier than Jordan, 10 easier than LeBron, and half the player, maybe 1/10 of the player as well. Serial number to 33, what an amazing piece though. The numbers pieces is one of my favorites. Put a PSA 10 on this thing, by the way, and you get a $21,600 card. You get somebody willing to pay more for that Scottie Pippen numbers pieces than a Michael Jordan serial numbered to 150, one of a kind from his playing years. That's something right there. How about a 97 Records Collection PSA 10? This is a Pop 17, so it's not a Pop 6, it's not a Pop 70. This will be a great card to test our hypothesis, the Cajun hypothesis that I've been prognosticating for about 60 to 90 days, that we are approaching the top. And I'm not saying it's going to be the top forever. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying we're never going to get past this number. I'm saying we're approaching the top of the next stair, right? We're going up a stairway up and to the right with Jordan cards forever. There's no denying that. I'm on board. If you tell me you're Jordan cards, every one of them is going to be worth more in 5 years than it is today. I would probably agree with you with very few exceptions. But let's see what the Records Collection says. Pop 17, $24,000. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Guess what? All-time record. And this is where we have to be careful. If you're buying the card to put in your collection, great. You did a great job. You got one of the 17 PSA 10s out there. If you're buying this card because you think you're going to flip it in 2 months, you better be careful because this card has set 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive all-time records in 1 year. So over the last 12 months, if we look at this all-time, it's up 16,000%. It's up 26% over the last 1 year. Over the last 2 years, it's up 166%. This was a card in June of last year. That's only 18 months ago. That was $9,000. Now it is almost triple. $24,000 is a lot for this card. Be very careful if you're the investor that bought it. If you're the collector, sit on it, stroke it, massage it, look at it, twirl it around, spin it on your finger like a globetrotter, do whatever you want because you're going to be fine long term. There's no doubt about that. Ultimate Signatures, I've always loved this card. Serial number to 23, PSA 9 does 25-2. LeBron James, I bought a LeBron James McDonald's Topps Chrome, McDonald's Chrome card the other day. Yeah, it was a gold refractor PSA 10 for like a couple $100. I was like, that seems really cheap. It's unlicensed, and most of the time I'll use the word trash after unlicensed. But the McDonald's stuff's a little bit different. I feel like it's in a little bit of a purgatory because, yes, it's unlicensed, but it's not airbrushed. He's wearing the uniform he was supposed to be wearing when the picture was taken. He didn't airbrush out calves or something like that. It's not St. Vincent, St. Mary's. Like, he's supposed to be wearing this. I just like it. I like it. I like this card. I don't know if I like it for $26,000, but that's a rare piece. It's a 1-of-1. I don't know if there's another LeBron James Superfractor 1-of-1 McDonald's autograph card, but pretty cool card, 26.4. I guess that's an all-time record. I would assume it's never sold before. How about the King Snake Victor Wembanyama? Victor Wembanyama, the King Snake. Yes, sir. 2023, no jokes, please. PSA 10, $30,600 for this Wembanyama King Snake. Let's go find it. All-time record. So people continue to buy into the Victor Wembanyama hype. The hell with you and your Jordan prices, Cajun. We're going to pay $30,600 for a Victor Wembanyama King Snake, which is brand new parallel, which is a pop 29. I don't know. We live in a crazy hobby. We live in a crazy hobby. Is that one of Victor Wembanyama's top 200 cards? Let that sink in. Is that one of his top? I'm not talking about printed. I'm talking about unique cards. So is it one of his 1,000 best cards? Is that one of Victor Wembanyama's 500 best cards? That's my question for you this week in the comments. I'm going to pose a question every week in the comments that's poignant. And I posed a question last time I did an auction recap video last Friday for another company. And I said the answers are going to be split right down the middle. And damn it, if they weren't split right down the middle. I'm going to ask you right now, is this one of Victor Wembanyama's 500 best printed cards, right? So there's how many of these? How many of these are there? What did we say? What did we just say on the population? I just looked it up. Crap, where'd it go? Where is it? There it is. How many did we say there were? There's 29 of these, okay? So are these 29 within the 500 best Victor Wembanyama cards? I would say not even close. That's just me personally. He's probably got 300 1-of-1s. Maybe he's got 500 1-of-1s. I don't know. And again, he's a little weird because of the autograph thing versus the license thing. And so Prism means a little bit more for him even than it does for everybody else, right? For obvious reasons. I just screwed up my spot. No, there it is. This is maybe the craziest sale of the entire auction. This 2013 Prism Gold Shaq PSA 10 with a 5% eye appeal pop 1. Awesome card, incredible color match. I mean, literally, cards don't look much better than this card, and nobody loves Shaq more than me. 69, sexy 69 bids, sultry, filthy, naughty 69 bids. $31,200 for this Shaq is a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a Shaq 22nd year Prism Gold PSA 10. Just my opinion. 1997 Jordan Platinum Medallion. We saw the 85P. Now we're looking at the 23P. This is the one that I said is probably the best Platinum Medallion. Let me know in the comments. Is this Jordan's best Platinum Medallion? I think most people would agree, yes, it is. This is a PSA 5, so poor man can sneak in. Oh, not so quick. $31,800. These are serial number to 100. I've got it pulled up. No, I don't. Why didn't I pull this up? I don't know. Let's pull it up. Let me go back. Sorry about that, guys. This is one we definitely have to look up. So let's go look up Ultra Platinum 100, PSA 5, Jordan. And then let's look up 23/23P, I think is how we do this. And you're going to see two sales, one for $26,901 on Golden in March. And then here we are a few months later for $31,800. So Fanatics beats Golden, no surprise there. This is cert number 476. This is cert number 476. So somebody's just straight up buying on Golden and selling on Fanatics and making money. So good sale there 9 months later. Congrats to the flipper who just did that. That's a great move right there. I might know who that is. I don't want to say it out loud, but I might know who just sold that card, but I might be wrong. 23 Deca Black Gold Prism. Wembanyama does $38,400 in a PSA 9. Pop 1, none higher. So that's the best Wemby Deca that you can get. I mean, I don't know. Jordan 9.5, quad gem. It's got a 9.5 for centering, so it's a good, I said quad gem. Min gem, I'm sorry. It's got a 9.5 for centering, a 9 for the corners. I haven't looked at the card. It looks a little askew in the slab itself. $38,400 for that. And here we are in the top row. And I promised you a prospect / budding megastar at the top. Top 10 MVP candidate, maybe top 6 MVP candidate. I don't know. You got the big 4, and then you got Wembanyama, and then you probably got Cade Cunningham right there with him. They're probably 5, 6 in some order on your budding MVP candidate. I mean, Cade Cunningham is leading that team with no Jaden Ivey. Dude, he's really good. I don't know again, I wish I had invested in him. I haven't bought anything. I certainly haven't bought a $43,000 card, but we're going to get there. Let's talk about the LeBron numbers pieces with the mask on. Guys, what a card. 52 bids, $40,800 for this BGS 9. Here it is. There's the card. God, what a card. Guess what, guys? You could take 2021 and shove it up your hindquarters because this is the all-time record. $40,800 for this BGS 9 with a 10 for the autograph. I think we should always make sure. Let's hit it. Boom. Let's go down here. Boom. 10 for the autograph. $40,800. You can always zoom in on Fanatics. You can double grade the autograph and make sure they're not full of it. That's a big sale, a big all-time record. Numbers pieces, again, one of my favorite inserts from the exquisite product. I don't know anything about this. It's a laundry tag. It is a... what does it say? Every player, every game, and there's his laundry tag right there. This is Eminence, which is apparently a really big product that came in like a briefcase with handcuffs, and it's like you got a nuclear bomb code in it. I saw Pac-Man open a box of this stuff. I don't ever watch breaks, but he seems like a nice guy. I need to get him on the channel because he's seen some crazy stuff on his channel. That's a good idea. I'm going to invite that guy to come on the channel. He's much bigger than me, obviously. I don't even know if he's got time for me. He's too busy ripping $50,000 boxes like the Eminence that I saw him rip, but he kept it entertaining, and it was really hard because the way the cards are finagled in the box, he had to reach in, and it was like he was Nicolas Cage on National Treasures reaching into the secret. You know what I'm talking about? 56 bids. Eminence is apparently very important, is basically what I'm getting at. $40,800 for that Steph Curry is clearly an all-time record. In fact, that's the highest Eminence sale for Steph Curry. So whatever, it doesn't matter. Steph Curry, Eminence this, Eminence that. This is the highest selling Eminence Steph Curry card in existence as of today's date. And then we got Cade at the top, man. It's his 2021 National Treasures Clutch Super Prime. It's got a Nike swoosh and it's all white. And that just makes it so cool. There's no cooler player in the NBA than Cade Cunningham. He is the most ice cold player. And I know that's Trae Young's nickname, but dude, he's the ice cold guy. Cade Cunningham, SGA, just guys that got it on a string, that always are in control. Give me the ball in the fourth quarter. He had 2 games in 1 week where he scored 19 in the fourth quarter. Who does that, right? And the guys around him, yeah, I know people like All-Star Thompson. I know people like Jalen Duren, but like he ain't working with, what Donovan Mitchell's working with, or what Jalen Brunson's working with, or what Luka's working with, or what SGA's working with, or what Amin Thompson and Şengün are working with. And he's the guy. Like, he reminds me of early years Mavericks where Luka Doncic was everything. He is no longer a prospect. He is a can't miss. Now, will he win titles? I don't know. Will he win MVPs? I don't know that. But there's no way anybody can watch him play basketball and say he's not one of the 10 best players in the world right now. That guy on your screen right now is one of the 10 best basketball players on earth right now, and this is a pretty cool card. We've got it pulled up. It is the all-time record, of course. I just plugged in Cade Super Prime. I didn't know what else to search, but that looks to be a huge sale. What if we plug in 2021 Cade National and then just see what comes up? Yeah, he's got a $204,000 sale. I'm assuming that's his best card in the world. I don't know. Y'all can tell me. And so this kind of looks pretty good in comparison to that one, but this is probably the one people are looking for. National Treasures Rookie Patch Logo, man. That sold for $200,000 in 2022 when people were dropping acid. And here it is right here. So you're looking at probably, the third high. Let's just look up Cade Cunningham and see what his highest selling cards of all time are. I'm curious now. Not that I'm going to go buy any of these kind of cards, but damn. Top 10. Okay, so 43-2 down there. Tied with his Contenders rookie ticket, 1 of 1. Tied with his Contenders championship ticket, 1 of 1. And you can kind of rate those cards and figure out where this belongs. Does it belong here? Does it belong there? But Cade Cunningham is no longer a prospect. He is a bona fide superstar. If you're sleeping on these dudes, he's doing this without players. And guess what? They've got the assets and the draft picks to make a move and to get a Caucasian superpower out of Utah. And if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, Lauri Markkanen would be an insane fit in Detroit. Insane fit. He checks every box, and they don't have a power forward. They have Tobias Harris, who is the skeletal remains of a power forward. But if you throw out Tobias Harris and his contract and a bunch of draft picks and plug Lauri Markkanen in there, the Knicks and the Cavs and whoever the hell else in the East better look the hell out, because right now Detroit's at the top of the standings in the East without any players, right? Without any second superstar. That's a scary team. I would be very careful. And this is coming from somebody who has always hated the Pistons. So we're going to become a Pistons fan out of nowhere. Sorry, Michael. I know you don't like to hear that. But anyway, guys, that's it. Our top 10 is Cade Cunningham, Steph Curry, LeBron, Jordan, Wemby, Jordan, Shaq's 2013 Gold Prism. Crazy. Wemby and his King Snake. That's what TWSS. 2024 McDonald's LeBron, and then lastly a Jordan Ultimate Signatures. That's it, guys. The end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This was a long one because I had a lot to talk about, and I drank a lot of pre-workout. So if you guys are interested in learning more about the Cajun Cardboard channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you get notified of when new videos drop. Nobody out there is going to outwork me. Nobody out there is more consistent than me. 365 days in a year. You're getting more than 365 videos from me in that year. Period. More than a video a day. Nobody else does it. Nobody works harder. I may not be the best content creator, but I am the most consistent content creator in the basketball card hobby. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Peace.